speaker, this policy which is brought up by proposition is actually a motivation for them to conceive, even knowing beforehand that they are incapable of bringing the child up. And we see that as an exploitation, man. We see, they mentioned about the decision making. So if you know beforehand that you can't bring up the child, why conceive, man? So and let me answer the question. The reason to conceive was because of the money they are proposing. Firstly, I have 2 points of contention, and I'll be summarizing up the case. And firstly, let me back it up. Okay, my previous speaker spoke about the quality of a child's life, whether is it with the current parents or with the foster parents. So what we say that by giving up, by biological parents giving up the child, they are guaranteed that they will not have a good life. And by actually giving them to the foster parents, there will also be a tendency where there will be a possibility where they will be exploited. In what way? To work in the farms. In first world democracies, there are farms. Sorry. And then we see that why orphanage are the best choice for these people. And we see that these orphanages are actually well managed by the government. They are well scrutinized by and moreover, they are social workers like what you have said, counselors. They are basically counselors and people of good morals taking care of these people. And what are the tendency of them being exploited at orphanages? And to my contention where side proposition said about token, where it should be a token for them because of the duress they have gone through. And we say that this is primarily the reason why they want to conceive. And to conceive a child. And what we are saying that the token should be actually voluntarily given, not forced by having this bill pass. And we see that if the parents are incapable of bringing up the child, so they basically they should not be conceiving. And we see that the maturity level of these children are not there. And we see that the majority level of them are not there. See why? They know beforehand that they can't financially support the children, but yet they still have sex. Perhaps it was for the fun. And why did they not abort it? And I thought that being financially unstable was a good enough was a good enough point to abort the child. But they are not doing so because it is not a motivation. Their policy, the money is not a motivation for them to give birth to the child. And we see that this will actually bring harm to society where they say money is not important, but now they are saying that money is the most important in this policy. That we should give them because they have gone through the duress. And I said, what duress? I mean, if the mom can undergo all the pleasure that she had, she definitely will be capable of going through the duress. And if you say about compensating, it does not justify. Yes, sir.
Basically, what about those teenagers that were raped or either did a mistake by mistake having a child? So basically, this is actually helping them, not causing any harm.
Sir, doesn't the law already protect them? No. And in what way? That aside, doesn't the law protect them already in status quo, that when a person is raped, there are necessary actions done and there are enough penalty done? And what type of compensation would you like to give that? Would you like to give? You know, by being a victim of a crime, do you expect the government to give you a compensation? I do not see this so. Yes, sir.
Are you suggesting that in order for every person to have sex, they must be financially stable, they must be able to support the family?
What I'm saying is that they can have sex, but they should be responsible for it. If they are financially able, then they should be able to support the child. Thus, there wouldn't be this problem at all. You see, if they are financially able and then they have sex, of course, we should know that there's a consequence of having sex, which means the child. And if you are financially unstable, then why have the sex if you are unable to take on the responsibility? I mean, and then what I have been basically saying is that this is actually exploitation of the child. And if we see that in status quo there are already child, this policy is actually similar to child labor laws from our perspective. And we say that we are not exploiting them in terms of trade. We now put them as a medium of trade. And now because of, I am voluntary to sell and you are voluntary to buy, we should sell it. No, we don't say that. We say that it is not, it is now similar to the anti-child labor laws, which is totally being recognized in society, being disrespectful to the rights of children. Okay, fine, last question. Yes, sir.
From who?
From you, sir.
Wait. Yeah. So basically, we already say that the mother goes through counseling. She makes a decision on the pros and cons that she can't raise a child.
Sir,
so it's not basically not because of money.
How can she be rational when she is immature? Where she can't even make their own decision whether to conceive or not, because that she and before knowing that she's unable to financially support the child. I do not see what side proposition is coming up today, and they are making a joke out of me. I don't know, but basically we see this as a motivation, and this motivation is seen as an exploitation, and we see that we should not allow this, because if there are better ways to stop, to curb the factor of inability to bring up a child, which is basically abort during your 9 months of pregnancy. Why go through the pain where you can just simply abort, where it is practically safe during your first 2 months? And wouldn't it be more shameful to actually use the government funds to pay for basically what irresponsible parents have done so, and so you should follow with.
Sending away a child is more cruel than